Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Alexander Campos, and I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Book Arts. On behalf of the board and staff, thank you very much for coming tonight for tonight's annual Chapbook Reading. This is an annual event. It's been around, we just determined 16 years. We had to do math with our fingers to figure that out. Is it 15 or 16? Let's start. As you can see, we're not the mathematicians around here. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming. It's our 16th year reading. First of all, I thank our funders who have helped the center with this programs, including our exhibitions and our literary readings and our workshops, professional development workshop for artists, as well as a residency program. In particular, the New York State Council on the Arts and the Department of Cultural Affairs of New York City. But I really want to thank the poets and writers who help us pay the honorariums for tonight's readers. And we've been doing this for the past 3 or 4, maybe 5 years. Share the honorariums for the writers tonight. But before we start, I want to mention that the center has 4 exhibitions up. Please, throughout the evening, look at the exhibitions. There's in the main gallery, Peace, Love, Rockets, which features which is a group exhibition of underground international music scene, and basically as musicians, as publishers, which is one of our interests as an art center. Center for Book Arts, we're interested in artists of all medium, writers, visual, musicians, in publishing themselves and presenting their work in their visual terms. And most importantly, how they present themselves in the visual terms. And so we encourage our writers to self-publish and look at how they present their works in layout format and in the action. So they're very important for us. And so this is, the exhibition looks at music, underground music scene, and musicians self-publishing. And we're interested, of course, in that, the cassettes, the CD booklets, the albums, the covers, the posters, all stem from the concept of the book. They're originating from that idea. So please look at the 4 exhibitions. That's the main exhibition, and there's 3 side exhibitions. These are scholars from last year, Emily Martins de Foyer and Sue Blackwell from London, who's our master faculty fellow. Every year invite a master artist to come teach a course, is in the bindery where reception is taking place. I would also like to thank the individuals here at the center, in particular Sarah Nichols, who's our programs manager, who handles all the details for our chapbook and literary readings, as well as our classes. Oh, I did forget, we offer like 200 classes a year here in binding and printing, and calligraphy and paper treatment. So we have the newsletter out in front. Do take it. You might want to take a course. I also want to thank Louise Berry, our External Affairs manager, and Mi Young Yin, who is our administrator. We're a small staff and we do everything together. But I'd also like to thank tonight's, we're honoring or celebrating our chapbook, and I'd like to thank Kimiko Hahn, who is the judge this year, and the wonderful work produced by Cordeiro and Brigid, Ewald. It's a wonderful chapbook. It's quite elaborate for a chapbook, you might say. It's more of an artist book, but all our chapbooks are artist books in our opinion. They're all letterpress printed, hand-bound, edition of 100. So we treat them all very sacredly. This is boxes with respect, and you'll get to see it. We have this display copy, and you'll see it has a hot stamping on the cover, and it's roughly you see, and all the text is letterpress printed and so forth. So you'll be able to see this carefully in the front. I would like to also welcome Nehassaiu, deGannes, the winner of the 2011 or 2011 chapbook competition. And the artist who produced Nehassaiu's book is Ed Rayher from Swamp Press in Massachusetts. And it's more of a traditional codex, which we usually do for the winner. And it has these wonderful woodcuts and images. It's also letterpress printed and hand-bound. Yes. And so you'll be able to look at that. And there's some images as well in here. And look at the front cover as well. So you'll be able to look at these. Of course, you can purchase them if you want. And we encourage you to purchase them. Again, there's only edition of 100, so they're very rare. And they usually end up going to libraries, collections. So please try to get one, because there'll be one in the future. Also want to welcome Mark McKain, who's an honorable mention, and Sue Burton. And I would like to thank the artists who produced the broadsides for them. And I believe Sarah Nichols, who's our programs manager, produced the one for Sue Burton, which is a wonderful broadside. And then for Mark, every every year we invite 5 or so undergraduates who are studying printmaking or book arts around the country to come spend the summer here at the center. And they learn from the instructors here how to, further their artistic endeavors in printing and binding. And this year we had 2 very talented, we had many talented interns, but 2 in particular were Kyle Hollander and Phoebe Bachman, and they produced jointly this broadside for Mark. So very proud of the interns also doing a broadside. To mention that, we also have a broadside reading series, as you know, besides the chapbook. And they actually start October, the first one, and we have 2 in October and 1 in November. And there's a postcard out in the front with the reading dates for our broadside reading series. And with those broadside reading series, we produce a broadside for each presenter. And I also want to mention 2 more things before we start the evening, that the next chapbook deadline is around the corner. It is December 1st. We have guidelines on our website under the opportunity sections. There's also some flyers out in front that give you the guidelines. The judge is Phyllis Levin, who was a chapbook broadside reader in the past. And we also have the Emerging Writer Seminar. We offer this 3 times a year. It's basically a seminar, free tuition for emerging writers who wish to focus on learning how to self-publish. And it's called Vine Press Publishing Seminar for Emerging Writers. Free. The deadline's October 15th, and the workshop's in November. It's a 5-day workshop with our master printer, Barbara Henry, and we invite publishers like Ugly Duckling Press and other small fine press publishers to come talk about starting their own publishing company. So now we're going to start the evening, and I'm very pleased to welcome Sharon Dolan, who is on the board of directors of the Center for Book Arts. She's actually the chair of our Publications and Public Programs Committee, in which both the chapbook, the program, the literary programs fall under public programs, and of course the publications fall under the Publications Committee. She received the 2007 AWP Donald Hall Prize in Poetry for her 4th collection of poems, Burn and Dodge. She also was a poet in residence at, she is still teaching at the Lang College at the New School, and she also teaches at the 92nd Street Y. Sharon is not only the board member responsible for all our public programs and publications, she's also one of the founders of our broadside reading series and started the chapbook program many years back, as I mentioned, a little more than a decade ago. Years fly by, don't they? Anyway, again, so this is it, and I'm going to ask Sharon to take over, and I thank you once again for coming tonight.